Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on the Elseworlds crossover. So the Arrowverse as a whole, The Flash, Supergirl, and Arrow, not Legends because they're excluded this time around, but they released the first teaser for the Elseworlds crossover. So yeah, let's watch it, then let's talk about it.
Morning. Pancakes are perfect this time. Babe, are you okay? What's wrong? I love you, Barry.
What?
So yeah, that teaser was nice, short and sweet, and well, it's a teaser. You're not expecting a full-fledged trailer with action and all of that. This was the Arrow sort of portion of the teaser, even though it's incorporated with the Flash. So when the Flash airs tomorrow, we should get another teaser with most likely Barry Allen waking up and he's with Felicity. It'd be funny if he woke up and he was in prison. That'd be a bit of a meme. That'd be actually annoying. It's like, wow, Oliver got swapped and got the better end of the stick, while Barry got, well, basically the poo-covered end of the stick, didn't he? So it'd be interesting if that happens. Probably not. He's probably just going to wake up and he's with Felicity, most likely. But obviously, in that trailer, we see Stephen Amell, who obviously, usually plays Oliver Queen on Arrow, wake up in Barry's bed. There's a, I must say, poorly photoshopped picture of him and Iris. And we're like, okay, what's going on here? Then he goes down, Iris kisses him, bit of a shocked face for Oliver, and then she says, I love you, Barry Allen, confirming that it isn't going to be something where they swap powers. That was some confusing thing that was going on with the set photos, because we'd seen set photos and not even set photos, Stephen Amell himself and Grant Gustin himself had posted pictures of them dressed up as, swapped roles. So Stephen was the Flash, Grant Gustin was Green Arrow. So we're sort of confused. Okay, is it going to be something where they just swap powers? Do they swap bodies? What's going on there? But it just seems like they're literally just swapping personas. So they're not swapping mentally. Grant's going to be acting like Oliver Queen and Stephen's going to be acting like Barry Allen. They are actually just swapping names. So what you'd usually see as Oliver Queen is now Barry Allen, and vice versa with Barry Allen and, well, Grant Gustin playing Oliver Queen. It's confusing trying to word it now that you think about it, but you know what I'm getting at. But I guess the most intriguing and interesting thing is whether this is how the crossover starts, or whether we're going to get an opening portion to it where we see how this comes to be. Now, the crossover, as I said, is called Elseworlds, and there has been a lot of debate around whether this will truly be an Elseworlds story, because Elseworlds means it exists out of normal canon. So basically, once we go, after the crossover to the back halves of the seasons, will they remember this event? And really, if they are taking it like a true Elseworlds story, then the answer to that should probably be no. However, they might just be loosely using Elseworlds to a point where they can tell a completely different story where everything is sort of bonkers and is just outside of what we're usually used to in our canon on, the Arrowverse and stuff like that, to tell this very interesting story. So, look, it's interesting that we'll have to wait and see, but it is still confusing at this point. But at least we have confirmation that essentially, Oliver Queen is just replacing Barry Allen. He still thinks he's Oliver Queen, but obviously he's living the life of Barry Allen, but looking like Oliver Queen. And I cannot wait for the scene where, he finds out he has super speed. I think that should be pretty funny. Or it'd be really, really cool, and let me know if you agree with this, it'd be cool if he just has the Flash ring on. That'd be pretty cool. But in regards to the crossover, we do see Iris in this teaser. So Iris is in this teaser. However, Iris, in regards to supporting characters, is one of the characters that has the least screen time in the crossover, from what I've heard. So from what I've heard, Ralph, Nora Allen, and Iris are the Flash characters that are in the crossover the least. So they're basically in the Flash episode, and that's it. While I've heard Caitlin and Cisco do go on Arrow, I think. They appear on Arrow, but I haven't heard about Supergirl. So the layout for the crossover is that it starts on December 9th, which is a Sunday, in America at least, and it starts with the Flash. So Flash is moving to Sunday for that day. Then it's Arrow on its normal time of Monday, and then Supergirl on Tuesday, when usually the Flash are. So Flash and Supergirl have swapped. So obviously it's starting on Flash intentionally. It isn't just some random swap. They're doing that intentionally. Obviously that's how they want to tell the story, where we'll start with Flash characters. So due to that, Nora, Ralph, and Iris will most likely just appear in the opening portion of whatever this story being told in this crossover is. And if it does start in our normal world and then it leads to an incident where Barry and Oliver do get their lives swapped, then we might see Iris again for this scene. But it just depends how they want to lay it out. I think interesting if we start the crossover and then they're just swapped. Like, that'd be pretty interesting, don't you think? And then it's sort of like a mystery to figure out how it all happened and how to, you know, turn it around. Or if it is completely Elseworlds, you know, it's just completely separate, and then we just pick up, you know, with our normal shows after this crossover ends. That'd be pretty interesting. Obviously, the big introduction into this crossover is that of Batwoman. A lot of people have been asking me, like, you know, because it wasn't like no set photos of Batwoman in regards to people on the streets taking them. The only pictures from set of Batwoman were taken by Melissa Benoist, who plays Supergirl. She uploaded one, and then James Bamford, who's a director on the shows, or at least on Arrow, uploaded a photo of him and Ruby Rose's Batwoman as well. So they're the only photos we had from set. There was no other ones, you know, posted by the normal people that would post them and stuff on the internet. So there's a lot of question about her role in the crossover and how much she's going to be in the episodes. My prediction is that she might only be in the Arrow episode. There is a strong possibility she might only be in the Arrow episode. Have to wait and see. We know in Arrow, that's when they go to Gotham. That's when they go to Arkham Asylum for a lot of it. So she might only be in the Arrow episode, which might disappoint some people, but they never said that she was going to be in the whole crossover. They just said that the crossover would introduce Batwoman, and Ruby Rose wasn't in Vancouver filming as much as the other characters, but you never know. She might appear at the end of Flash and appear in some of the Supergirl episode, but I think a lot of her screen time in this crossover will be on the Arrow portion of the crossover by the looks of it. But yeah, guys, that's really all to go over. There's nothing really too much to really break down from this trailer. As I said, we'll most likely get a Flash one tomorrow during the Flash, so if you are watching Flash, keep your eyes out on the ad breaks, because it'll most likely be a Flash version of this, most likely with Grant Gustin as Oliver Queen waking up, and he's with Felicity. As I said, it'd be interesting if he wakes up in prison. That'd be pretty funny. But yeah, I would expect that in tomorrow's episode for the Flash during the ad break, so keep your eyes out for that. But if you enjoyed the video, it would be awesome if you could drop a like, and it just shows support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions. Does this get you excited for the crossover? I would expect the full trailer probably next week during Supergirl. Maybe if they're going to tease these two things this week, we might get the full trailer next week during Supergirl, most likely, because that's exactly an X amount of weeks away from the crossover starting. So yeah, keep your eyes out for the full trailer then. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, but I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.